Hello everyone, back with me again Joseph, your host, and welcome to Catechism for Kids. Today, we're going to uncover the amazing true story behind one of the most famous Christmas carols of all time, Good King Wenceslas. You've probably sung it many times, but did you know it's based on a real Catholic saint? That's right, the carol tells the story of Saint Wenceslas, a duke from a land called Bohemia, which is now part of the Czech Republic. He lived over 1,000 years ago, in the 10th century. Even though the song calls him a king, he was actually a duke. But he was so good and just that people remembered him as a king. Saint Wenceslas was a deeply faithful Catholic. He loved God and tried to live out the teachings of Jesus every single day. He was known for being incredibly kind and generous, especially to the poor and those who were suffering. He would secretly visit the homes of the poor at night to bring them food, clothing, and money. He even helped build churches and was known for his great personal piety. So, let's talk about the carol itself. Is it written back in the 10th century? Actually, no. The words to Good King Wenceslas were written much later in 1853 by an English priest named John Mason Neale. He was a hymn writer who loved to share stories of faith through music. But the tune, the melody you hum along to, is even older than the words. It comes from a 13th century song from Finland or Sweden about springtime. Isn't that interesting? John Mason Neale took this beautiful old melody and wrote new lyrics to tell the inspiring story of Saint Wenceslas. He wanted to teach a powerful lesson about Christian charity, especially during the Christmas season. The song is set on the Feast of Stephen, which is December 26th, the day right after Christmas. This day is special because it honors Saint Stephen, the very first Christian martyr. So the story takes place during the joyful Christmas season. In the carol, Good King Wenceslas looks out of his castle window and sees a poor man gathering firewood in the deep, cold snow. His heart is moved with compassion. He doesn't just send a servant to help. No, he decides to go himself. He tells his page to get ready, and they gather food flesh, which means meat wine, and pine logs for a warm fire. Then they set out into the freezing storm. The wind is howling, and the snow is deep. The page starts to get scared and cold, tells the king, "I can't go on." This is where the story shows a little miracle. King Wenceslas tells his page to walk exactly in his footsteps. The page does, and something amazing happens. He feels a wonderful warmth coming from the ground where the king had stepped, the carol says. Heat was in the very sod which the saint had printed. By following in his master's footsteps, the page found the strength and warmth to continue their mission of charity. They finally reach the poor man's home and give him the food and wood, bringing him warmth and joy on that cold winter night. This story, while perhaps not a literal historical event, perfectly captures the true character of Saint Wenceslas. He was a leader who didn't just rule from a throne, walked among his people and shared in their struggles. He literally led the way in showing kindness. This is what makes the carol so special. It's not just about the birth of Jesus, but it celebrates the Christian spirit that Christmas inspires in us. The final verse of the song gives us the main message. It says, "Therefore, Christian men, be sure, wealth or rank, whatever. The who now will bless the poor, shall yourselves find blessing." This means that no matter who you are, whether you're a king or a page, rich or poor, when you help others, you receive a blessing in return. It's a beautiful reminder of what Jesus taught us, to love our neighbors as ourselves. So, what happened to the real Saint Wenceslas? Sadly, his life ended tragically. His own brother Boleslas was very ambitious and jealous of Wenceslas's Christian faith and his power. Boleslas plotted against him and had him murdered on his way to church around the year 935. Because he was killed for his faith and his commitment to living a just Christian life, the Church recognizes him as a martyr. Today, Saint Wenceslas is the patron saint of the Czech Republic. His legacy of faith, courage, and incredible charity lives on, showed everyone that true leadership is about service. He wasn't afraid to get his own feet cold to warm someone else's home. He didn't just talk about faith, he lived it. The story of Good King Wenceslas teaches us a few important things. First, it shows us the power of charity. A small act of kindness can make a huge difference in someone's life. Second, it teaches us to be leaders in compassion. Like the king, we should be the first to step out and help when we see someone in need. And finally, it reminds us that by following the footsteps of good and holy people, like Saint Wenceslas, we can find the strength to do good things, even when it's hard. This Christmas, when you hear or sing Good King Wenceslas, remember the real saint behind the song. Remember the brave and kind Duke of Bohemia who loved God so much that he spent his life serving others. Let his story inspire you to look around and see who you can help. Maybe you can share a toy, help your parents with a chore, or say a kind word to someone who feels lonely. Every act of love, no matter how small, is like following in the footsteps of Saint Wenceslas, and more importantly, in the footsteps of Jesus Christ. That is the true meaning of Christmas. Saint Wenceslas, pray for us. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Catechism for Kids. We hope you learned something new and feel inspired. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories about our amazing faith. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual, especially in these cold winter time. See you next time, and have a merry and blessed Christmas. May the Lord bless and keep you always.